Okay, so check this out. My name is Eric Ivan Rivera. But there's somebody that's using my name as ERIC, and it's ERIK. For this reason, I'm trying to change my name, but I just wanted to give you some insights or show you how this individual or party is causing disturbance and interfering with police radios within the districts of advancing communications, communications intelligence, and also for the like location-based advertising, like those advancing networks, experimental networks for development for business technologies and communications, shit like that, and or organizations. Alright, so here, like you see the blue dot, this is the one I was talking about. This is on my Google Maps. So the blue dot represents you, and then there's the blue ring around the blue dot. Alright, well, in this case, hold on. Alright, so you see the blue ring, that's the radius. Alright, so that's the one that causes or gives you the alert, like during during crossing or whenever you come in contact with another individual or another party of the blue dot. If those two parties or addresses or IPs are logged into the same server or like-minded server, I guess you could say. And so here's what I'm getting at. And in this case, like, there's on the diameters for circumference, there's a diameter, or it's split down the middle. And so what that does is that what he's doing is that on this side, there's a server. All right, so that's one server, and on this side, right, this direction, there's another server. So that's what he did. So he has behind, like I'm right now, we're headed this way, we're going this way. So everything like from the halfway point behind me is logged into another server. And what that's doing is that he's using this subject or this thing called mounting or assignment of agents. And so what these agents do is that they represent and sustain any address or a resource like yourself, and they sustain them or as a representative while holding an accountability for monitoring their transactions. Monitoring and tracing their transactions, activities, and their performance. Also, like for securities during like offshore deployment. So, and these are called detachment operations, and they're also military. Here are some. I searched deployment telecom detachment agent, so you can see what it's about. Mounting or assignment of agent. This is the mounting or assignment of agent involves the process by which one party, the principal, authorizes another party, the agent. Let's say the principal is you, involuntarily, you don't know, but he's using your credentials and your personal data or personal information, such as mine, Eric Ivan Rivera, and so he's authorizing himself to be the agent or the other party. Where he's authorizing himself to act on the behalf of the principal or you, me. In this case, my case is this server that is hosted, privately hosted. He's using that service to assign or to mount and assign these agents to all of my gay friends, all of my friends who are gay. That's what he's doing. He's doing it to police departments. He's doing it to military veterans. He's doing it to the bonding company, A Mobile Bail Bonds. And he's doing it to Gary Neal Huggins on 1205 Witter Street. He's the only Freemason that I know. He's doing it to an MS-13 organization and other, I guess you could say, occult organizations. I don't know where he got the idea that this was a good thing to do, but one of the reasons why he is doing it is because he's just out of spite, going against, he's promoting a gay hate crime against gay individuals because he wants to kill me or reach an objective to have me shot to death by exposing what I'm doing with my gay partner to gang organizations who are straight, such as like Crips or Bloods or MS-13 cartels. Last night I almost got drunk by 3 guys because he's exposing what I'm doing, like knowing that he's monitoring me. I'm taking pictures of me like playing in female clothing on purpose just to burn him, because it's ridiculous that he won't stop hacking and accessing police radios, telecom, federal. He's abusing disaster response, and so it's noisy. It's very noisy, ongoing now for about 6 years, over 6 years. So here you see what the appointment of agents is. And so he's doing this to my mom and to Esteban while he creates a storyline about that will defame me. So here you see a search for the multiplication, or to multiply the host window that has the principal logged in, or the principal is logged in through an agent into multiple windows, or a window which can be multiplied, but it's just the agent who is holding you or accountability to monitor all the transactions for any business owners who engages in online trading events, for tracing transactions and performance, productivity. And so that's what he's doing. This is what he's using. Okay, so here you see where it's a sonic wall and stuff like that. So now check this out. Basically, it's you, but like on the online, right? So it's a virtual thing that's going on. But in this case, it's not really you, it's him, who is basically like engaging in the same activities. It mimics your activities, like digital twin type shit. But what it's doing is that if you work at a medical hospital or if you're a doctor, he will go through you like as a mount. He's using you as a mount, basically your cell phone or your IP address. And so he digs into the same medical system database and begins like entering false medical data, and that way it enters into the system of the hospital or the criminal records or whatever. And so on that window, it's a separate window, but it's logged into a server that he has access to. And so whenever you leave, he either alternates or shifts or changes the window. And so whenever you turn back around, it'll stabilize or it'll lock. And so it'll I'll show you how the about face or the 180 degree turn like is affecting this, because that's what he's doing with me. And I reached this conclusion because whenever I go into like Indian stores, I go inside of certain like stores. As soon as I step through the so either as soon as I step through the entry through the entrance, I start my arteries, like, they constrict, and it limits the blood flow to my brain, and so that causes me to start like experiencing like my vision will go black, or heavier palpitations, and I will show you how he's doing this. And more evidence like that I have right here is that he's using an LSL signal generator, and here you go, hold on. So here you see the LSL signal generator, and one of the first things you see, or I see, is a repository like with like the Medusa PCI. But if you create the reactive parameters just like I showed you, and here you see like how the data processing, what it does. So you see that it affects the pipeline, and he claims that if I say something that he's gonna be able to kill me or shoot me, and I'm like, nah, dog, you shouldn't have exposed me to this in the first place, because you're endangering their trade craft and all this. So I had to like research this just to make sure if this was secret or private, it wouldn't be public, and this is on public websites. And so whenever there's something that involves classified information, it'll show you classified information, because those are the rules they should follow, or it should be under TS or SCI. Again, that there's recognition words and phrases that are used for recognition when conveying those kinds of communications, but brain vision recorder. And then this is how you do the reactive parameters. If you look this up, the geofences. Alright, so you see the circles just like I showed you on Google Maps. So that causes a reaction. Alright, those can be probed. So right here I just typed in on the Copilot. That way it can help me summarize or elaborate what the geofence, how geofence works, involving reactive parameters and alternating about phase or alternating servers. So a geofence is often used to trigger actions when a device or its IP address enters or exits a zone, right? In this case, an address or an IP identifier is given to the principal in order to assign or mount an agent, representative, through the LSL signal generator that I just showed you. An alternating about phase suggests a repeated reversal or switching of direction or behavior, possibly metaphorical or literal. It's an alternating server. Could imply a system that switches between servers, perhaps for load balancing, redundancy, or failover. Possible interpretations. Here are a few ways this phrase could be interpreted or applied. The smart location based. Now remember this. I told you that we're gonna catch a lot of people, and I'm gonna tell you how they're gonna. I'm gonna show you how they're gonna get caught. Is because there will be people like that I don't even know that are gonna scream, or they're gonna be reactive, and they're gonna be like defensive, like they behave offensive and defensive. That's, they're guilty, and I'm not even talking to them, and that's everywhere I go, because Jason Carl Pennington might do it on purpose, might be doing it. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or not, but he's also gay. All my friends are gay. They're all homosexual. They all do gay shit, and they all have female clothing. I don't give a fuck. So here's another thing, is that this is very illegal, that he's using a gay person like me to expose that to Crips, Bloods, MS-13 cartels, and annoy them. And it's fucked up that he enhances those aggressions and dangers, right? So he's, in this case, he's trying to get me shot at by a black person or several black persons. And he's, anyways, I'm bisexual, so I don't care. So here's another thing is that I have been like trying to secure the from his communications, but it's ugly that he won't listen. He's gonna end up in a bad position. So, anyways, so that's how he's tampering with the medical records and all that other shit. All right, so I asked, how can this be implemented into LSL signal generators to enable execution and multidisciplinary actions for reactive parameters? An example, location-based restraining programs in case of threats of violence, but to secure above and below template as constituted by the origin jurisdiction of principal or agents, law enforcement. You can implement geofence-based reactive parameters into LSL signal generators by integrated location aware triggers with multidisciplinary enforcement protocols governed by jurisdictional law enforcement frameworks. Here's how this works in practice. Conceptual framework. To enable location-based restraining programs using LSL lab streamulators, signal generators use to combine real-time biometric or behavioral data with geolocation inputs and legal enforcement logic. This involves geofencing, define virtual boundaries around sensitive zones, schools, homes, public spaces, right? Reactive parameters, all right? The multidisciplinary execution. You use LSL to stream real-time data, GPS, that can trigger alerts or react actions when thresholds are crossed. Okay, coordinate between law enforcement, mental health professionals, and legal systems to respond appropriately. Jurisdictional templates ensure all actions conform to the legal authority of the principals or agents' origin jurisdiction. Technical implementation steps: LSL signal generator enhancement, modified signal generator to accept GPS, geolocation data as a stream, tag income biometric signals. All right. Reactive logic modules, geofence trigger systems, jurisdictional enforcement layers, multidisciplinary response protocols that involves mental health, privacy and legal safeguards, and example use threat of violence, subject under restraining order where it's a biometric device streaming to LSL. They approach a protected location, victim's home. LSL detects elevated stress and proximity breach. Signal triggers immediate threat alert to local law enforcement, notification to mental health crisis team, logging up incidential for legal review. Integration challenges latency. LSL must process and react near real-time. Jurisdictional complexity enforcement rules vary widely. You have data fusion, and you have consent and ethics must be transparent and legally authorized. So this is what's going on. So here goes your the framework of how this works. which basically just because it's not like a physical thing where you can like touch it and grab it, it's more like a signal. It does not mean that that it's okay for a terrorist or enemies of the United States to target innocent civilians or citizens of the United States, to jeopardize their lives, or to progress them towards civil deaths while they are encroaching and taking over their identities, jobs, benefits of the government through the multiplication of agent servers or online, by authorizing, or who authorize themselves as agent, or for the, and assign or give them the name of principals, or someone who has authority over a principal, such as like power of attorneys. And so here is a draft that I am about to like print out and send to authorities. Hopefully, I mean that I'm not about to send to draft. I'm not sending this to authorities. That's not what I'm planning on doing. So anyways, what I have going on here is a letter, and here it says to Department of Homeland Security, Department of Justice, FEMA, local law enforcement, mental health services. And here's a summary. We are submitting this urgent request for emergency assistance and collaborative engagement with federal, state, and local agencies. Our system, developed under the Vinculum and Black Corp Initiative, has identified critical disruptions affecting family units, community safety, and operational integrity of government departments. System overview. Our platform integrates mobile and desktop technologies with Firebase cloud infrastructure to monitor geolocation-based threats, stream biometric and behavioral signals, trigger emergency protocols, log and report incidents in real time. This system is deployed across Android Termux environments and Microsoft-based workstations with centralized data management via Firebase and Git repositories. Request for collaboration. We respectfully request emergency response coordination, immediate engagement with law enforcement and crisis teams to respond to flagged threats, data sharing agreements, secure channels for sharing incident logs and biometric data with authorized agencies, mental health and family restoration support, deployment of social workers and therapists to assist affected individuals, government liaison, I don't know how to pronounce that, liaison, designated contacts within departments to facilitate interagency communications and legal compliance. Call to action. We urge your departments to review the attached system documentation and initiate contact with our technical and legal teams. Time-sensitive threats require unified action to prevent further harm and restore community stability. Contact information. System be Eric Ivan Rivera. Email message.lucio, Lucio, at vinculum.blackcorp. Negative. That's not my email. My email is message.lucio, Lucio. Message is spelled message.lucio, Lucio, at blackcorp.com. No, it's .me. All right, .me. Phone is 409-666-7081. All right.